Yo, yo, yo. A good evening indeed. Hey, what are we doing this fine evening there, Crow? We got ourselves two bills lined up. This one's an interesting one. This one had a must keep of the natural moonlight, the non-redshift. So we'll see how that goes. Use S ranked every mission? Hell yeah. It's always a fun time. Yeah, I always thought S ranking the missions or like your grade on the missions was more dependent on like how you actually did. Less ammo spent, you know, more kills, time, all this stuff, but it's really just time. If you're fast with it, you can waste as much ammo as you want. You can do whatever you want. You take as much damage. It doesn't matter. As long as you're fast, you got it. Hey, hey, this looks interesting. Aye, welcome to Humble Abode. Welcome, indubitably. Welcome to the Xbox Fight Club and all that good stuff. We'll be remaking your build. We have this build from the comments. We have two builds to take a look at from the comments as usual. And then we'll start taking on submissions from the chat if anyone has any. And then, of course, diving into any of the Requiem Workshop builds if we have any. Indubilis. Alright, alright, alright. Yo, Zan, what's good? Forget to edit your comment. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, I seen you commented it on the Requiem video, but you did not edit it in time, it would seem. But still, yeah, you can always give it to us here in the chat once we're done with these two. You're excited? Hell yeah, man. Sounds good. Alright, let's break down this first build. So this is interesting. Melee and a bazooka build are always pretty neat. Not the most, like, high DPS, but still pretty good. Although having the Javelin is a bazooka that's really good for its direct hit, making it a super good stagger punish, similar to melee weapons themselves. The must-keeps for this build, so the must-stays, things that mustn't be changed, we're keeping the original Moonlight and the generator being the VE-20B, which has the highest energy firearm spec, which indeed buffs the natural Moonlight, similar to how melee spec boosts all melee weapons. So this is the only melee weapon that can actually be boosted by 2 stats of different parts in the game, which is pretty cool. You would think it then, if you were to stack it all, it'd be insane damage, which is definitely good damage. However, I don't remember, because I tested it when it first came out, but I never really pushed it to its limit, I don't think. I think I found out the redshift is just better overall. Maybe a little less damage, but still way more achievable, as even with this build, which has pretty good optimization to run this gen with the ephemera core and, you know, knock head and elbow legs and stuff like that, our EN load, bottom right, is wicked close to shortfall, which means our natural regeneration is hella slow. So we dodge, 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 it starts regenerating. It's really slow compared to what it could be, which is not great. But we'll see what we can do. Honestly, loading into AC6 is starting to feel more like a chore instead of a game with Helldivers 2. I see. I get you. Yeah, other games are pretty cool right now. Helldivers, Fallout's getting so much popularity and stuff like that with the show, which is pretty good. It's good times. AC6 is definitely fallen behind a little bit in popularity, but I think with some interesting changes and some cool intrigues, we could see some cool stuff. Some sparks. Me and the council of the Xbox Fight Club are talking about adding some new cool stuff to how the server works. So I think that's pretty cool. Also, if y'all haven't seen it, Vadi's video, tongue twister, video on all the lore of the Armored Core is that video is super good. I do highly recommend it. If you like Armored Core and like Armored Core lore, you want to learn everything possible about AC6 in a cool cinematic way, definitely check out that video. It is nuts. Is very good. Alright, so now I want to see base damage. How much do we get out of all this? I'm charged. 3,800. Not bad. What about... Well, I guess it's not really too much of a fair comparison, as the charge and normal attacks are different for each melee, but it's fine. The charge of the original, I believe, is much higher. 2,300. Okay. So the damage is pretty significant. At least almost 4,000 to about 3. Okay. It's That's pretty neato. What about normal attacks? I want for stagger to go down. I want to get that direct hit bonus as well. Okay. 1,000 per hit. I feel like this might still be less than 1,000 per hit, or about as much. Not that bad, 1,000. A little less, though. Okay, interesting. So yeah, all that just to get his normal attack to be a little weaker than the red shift is kind of rough. I think it would be neat if you stacked on more weapons that also benefited from it. Otherwise, it's not much of a point. But interesting, interesting. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 variants. One keeping this handicap, I guess, or must stay of keeping the Moonlight and the Gen. And then one going all out without need to worry about it. And then we'll compare the 2 at the end, I suppose, to see which one's truly just better. Rebellion and Freedom are 2 builds ready for you. Oh, nice. Very good. Yo, Tristan, welcome to Humble Aboard. Still can't wrap my head around. Around the Moonlight energy specs buff. Sure, it's something everyone wanted, but everyone also knew it would be... I don't know if it'd be overpowered. I mean, it is a lot of it is quite the sacrifice to run all of this. Like, I personally wouldn't, because it's just so demanding. Our EN load is so close to shortfall. Our regen's gonna be nothing. Plus, we're not even getting that much of a damage buff. I actually it's being pretty solid in like a wheelchair. I feel like that's probably the most optimal way to run it, because then you might be able to run other weapons that can get buffed by, like Auroras or laser pistol, LRA, LR, something like that. Because just one weapon getting boosted from it is just kind of not worth it, in my opinion. You might as well go down to like the VE20C, and then again, we're overburdened right now, but you run thicker legs, you'd be fine, like Mind Alpha, and you'd be chilling. A little bit less damage, but better all-roundedness and all that good stuff. Better outlets for more things. But it's pretty cool. Counterpoint 10k damage on stagger. I mean, that is pretty dope. And if you stack more weapons to get there faster, I bet that'd be nice. I actually didn't check the direct hit potential, so let's check that out right now. Let's compare them. All right. Nearly, dang, yeah, 8k. Nice. 8100, not bad. What about landing both hits consecutively? Yeah, 4,000 damage. 4,200. It's not 10k, but it's nearly. It's nearly there. Still a lot of damage. How much then does the red shift get out on this then? Die. It's more damage. That's 4,600 damage when you land both hits. Well, the charge jack has to be less, but still. Around probably like 7k damage though, still, which is nuts. 5k. Decent downgrade though, interesting. But honestly, whoever uses the charge attack with the Moonlight though, you try to use that on direct hit, chances are you're not hitting it unless you're already really close and they have no time to jump above it or fly above it or fall below it. But yeah, no. But their normal attacks, that's just the thing though. Conceptually, would you rather have stronger charge or normal attack? Given that the normal attack is so much more usable, I would use normal. Also, the normal prolongs the stagger, so if you stagger your opponent, you're guaranteed to get both hits if your tracking is on point, as the first one gives off the extended stagger similar to a Zim or a punch. So that's always good. Does that damage on charge attack, indeed. God, I love the Trano. Just had to say, it just had so much oomph. Oh, it does have a lot of oomph. It is great. I love the Treno 2. I think they're dope. They were in their prime when the game came out were nuts, but nowadays they're more avoidable. They're more balanced, I'd say, for sure. They give you a lot of although I don't know. They feel more dodgeable as well as they don't seem to do as much stagger. I don't remember the patch notes now, but I would imagine their stagger was brought down. They don't seem to do as much as they used to. But still, ranged high stagger weapon like this is pretty cool. It's the closest thing that we have to like an actual cannon type weapon that's not explosive, which is always cool. I suppose it would be pretty bad if we did have one like that, because then you would see like double Harris, double fucking linear cannons on your shoulders, and it would just be nuts. And that's almost what I kind of have with the Judgment build using LCS, considering this is the closest thing we have to it, but, you know, it'd be crazy for stagger, though. Yo, hello. Hello there, indeed. Welcome to Humble Abode. Gotta start the charge before the enemy staggers, though. That's easier said than done. I mean, you could definitely land on a direct hit. It's just not as practical as landing the normal. And then again, that's assuming you actually get to that point. If your other ace, if the enemy AC you're fighting isn't already like way better built, and it's gonna be really rough. Either way, this is a hard AC to pilot, only because there's so much working against you in terms of your energy and stuff. You have a lot of speed. You can pack on some decent weapons, but yeah, throwing on that gen and these arms for this melee weapon to be at its max power is still a lot to work around. But anyway, let's get on to the actual optimization of both variants. Alright, first things first, Javelin. If I can run the Quan, I can. It's actually lighter, that's kind of funny. And less E and costly, that's pretty also nice as well. I'm running on the Quan. If we had to have a bazooka, might as well have a bazooka that we can constantly fire. We can fire way more, as its reload is better. Direct hit isn't as much. There was a basic damage, but still the damage is pretty high. Direct hit is decently high, but really, this is our main stagger build-up weapon, our primary anyway for it. In theory, we could run like the Zimmerman. Honestly, for a build like this, I could just run double Zim, have the Moonlight on the back, and then, you know, 6 cell on the shoulder or something like that. I feel like that's pretty... that is definitely competitive optimization, but I think with a build like this, let's just take the base weapons that they are. Kind of like what we do for Reforged, in where we just take what the weapon class is and then upgrade it in that class rather than its purpose. Because there's two ways of optimizing weapon loadouts. It's either the purpose of the weapon. So say, oh, we have this bazooka for high stagger buildup. Well, the Zimmerman's also a really high stagger. So is the Turner, or not Turner, the Rensetsu. That's ranged stagger. For instance, this is burst stagger. You shoot it once, reloads. So it's burst. Zimmerman's the same thing. Harris is the same thing. Curtis is the same thing. So you could run all those as substitute. Or you could say this is a bazooka, so we have to run anything in the bazooka family. So there's kind of two ways of optimization. There's optimizing in the outline of the current build to a T, and then there's just the greater optimization. We don't care about this stuff, or don't care about that stuff, and you go up beyond, you know, that kind of stuff. All Commander Maverick, we'll take a look at your build after we take a look at the two ones we have set up indeed. How can I use Flugel for weight above 80k? I mean, the reload, the booster reload, ideal weight is pretty generous. So even if you're 10,000 weight or so above it, you'll still see some decent reload. Although obviously not as much as if you were to work in or below its ideal weight. But it's only ideal. Doesn't mean you have to go there. It's still pretty generous above it. But, you know, Flugel's definitely the heavier, good melee booster for sure. But if you're going too heavy, where it's just still super slow, you might want to just, you know, use the Kinkaku as it is max. I have some pretty generous reload weight, 75,000, that's pretty good. Damn, I thought I made a complicated AC. Hey man, it's pretty cool. What we got here? Throwing together a build to be Requiem? Hell yeah, man. Sounds epic. I zoned out a bit. Did you see my theory crafted build? I'm not sure. May have been buried under discussion, I'm afraid. Supply efficiency is so low in this build. Oh yeah, for sure. That's the thing. Running this gen on a build like this, it's rough. It is rough. But we'll get around to it. But no. Alright, so bazooka optimization, Quan Ji instead of javelin. For sure, so we just have faster fire rate, get more stagger off, more time to get down to our direct hit and really utilize our melee weapon. Moonlight Redshift, gotta switch it back to Moonlight, as that's the must stay. Trano, less weapons that make us stand still to fire, the better with a build like this. We already have 2 being our melee and our bazooka, so our primaries really. So having a shoulder mount that does the same thing, it's gonna be kind of rough. And we're more range anyway, so might as well pack on a super good range missile launcher that we can handle. We lose a little bit of speed, but not by much. With that said, can't upgrade the head right now. Ephemeral core is probably the only core that we can really run on this, unless we want to go really fat with something like the Tang, but then we go overweight then again. Basho, gotta keep it. That's our boost for our melee as well. Alba is fine. I don't think we could go lighter and stronger in any real way. If we might be able to upgrade the legs and throw on SPD booster to give us our speed boost that we need to maintain a more kite-like flow. Still 360 speed, which isn't bad. Actually, not bad at all, because we kind of want our opponents to kind of catch up a little bit, as otherwise we're not really going to be able to hit our bazooka as often, nor our melee, as we're just kind of sniping at the air. So going a little bit slower from 370 to around 350 won't be that bad, or 360 anyway. Walt FCS? Yeah, that's the other thing with Basho. We're shooting bazooka. It actually won't matter that much. Yeah, it's fine. The tracking will carry. V20B, gotta keep it. Assault armor, nah. Pulse armor for sure. Alright, what other little modifications can we do? Really still in the head. A little slower, a lot more durability. I'd say so. Alrighty. Vertical plasma. This is actually not bad. Keeping up the stagger as we build it up with our javelin and our bazooka, and then into melee. Keeping this to keep it going is honestly not bad at all. Yeah, I like it. Alright, I guess we'll call this Requiem for the original variant, and then we'll go full out. Although I guess it's not really too much of a point of going full out with this one, as we had our mainstays. Might as well honor it and just upgrade it with that, and if we get another Moonlight type build that doesn't have those requirements, then we'll work with those as well. Alright, we're a little slower, but we're much stronger. Indubitably. Alright, alright, alright. Need more builds to Requiem. I think we have our first build submission through the chat, that being from Commander. But after, well, we gotta get to that one after we get to this one, the last of the comment ACs before stream. Then once we do that, we'll take any submissions from the chat indubitably. Although I will say, if you have a chat or you have a build right now on your mind that you want me to take a look at, feel free to leave it in a comment in the most recent Requiem video, and I can just pull it up on my phone off to the side, just so we don't post it here in chat and then it gets buried under discussion, and then I'll have to either scroll up or you have to repaste, as that would be pretty inconvenient for all, I think. So I don't know, if you have a build for me to take a look at, comment it in the most recent Requiem video, and I'll pull it up and we'll upgrade it here on stream indubitably. Hey, I already asked for one. I believe you did. You know, so far a lot of people have pasted their builds in the chat, but I do not see them as they're getting buried. So yeah, no. Yeah. If you want your build, go on and comment it. Yeah. First we take a look at this build, and then we'll get on to those indeed. Sure, I'll post it in the Discord. Yep, that too. Requiem Workshop in the Fight Club Discord also works indubitably. Mine's in Discord? Hell yeah. Sounds like a plan. Have you tried Kinkaku melee canceling into charged Moonlight? Basically it becomes much more difficult to dodge and look anime as fuck. Sure, I'm sure it does, for sure. Funny enough, this build actually has a similar thing. It has Kinkaku and it has the Pulse Blade for the purpose of melee canceling, for speed. But yeah, no, I love melee canceling with Kinkaku, it's so good. Did really well in the melee tournament. Kaku is what Carla uses, right? Can it function? Can it function as a heavy flugel? Heavy flugel? Yeah, for sure. I mean, the flugel is already decently heavy, but yeah, it definitely can. Although, what does Carla use it? She probably does, which is like so weird, so weird. She has no melee weapons, no really good use for it, but it's there. It is there. All right, let's see what we do here. All right, so it's AC reverse joint, melee canceling, double melee build. Pretty cool. Good old reverse joint double melees are always epic sauce. Indubitably. One Zimmerman is unfortunate, but I guess if you pair a Zimmerman, one Zim with a Pulse Blade, that's not bad. As you use the charged into Zim, you get stagger, and then use that into the Pile Bunker. Also, feinting the normal attack of the Pile Bunker into the charge is very good for cutting distance. Some say it's better than dodging in and then charge, so we'll see about that indubitably. You know, if we go in, say feint, charge attack, dodge, shotgun. Although we get quite the distance with what's it called? Reverse joints is the only thing about dodging after. Because usually you dodge after melee attacks to cancel the animations, make it a little quicker. But yeah. They do be dying. Yeah, Pile Bunker and Reverse Joint, I don't really recommend it as, again, a lot of the Pile Bunker requires you to dodge in, but if you dodge over, above and past your opponent, then it's going to be kind of hard to do that. Yeah. It's kind of rough. Make it a little bit too much distance sometimes. Not impossible, but definitely not my forte. Bonk. A little pokey poke. But yeah, no. Let's see what we can do to overall optimize the flow in the AC itself. Hey Green, I had a random ADHD thought, as usual. Who's your favorite regular viewer? Ah, gee, I had to think about that, you know. I don't know. Probably TTV Beetle Boy on Twitch. Yeah, that's probably it. What else saying? Kikaku is only good for melee? Yeah, pretty much. Posted? Nice. Very heat. The Pile Bunker is hard for me. It is. The Pile Bunker is hard, but so am I. So it's pretty epic. You know, it is quite the weapon. It's pretty much, it's one of the only melees. I guess some other melees. This and the chainsaw and like the lance or like melees you have to build your AC around more than others. Others kind of just fit in any other melee build, but things like that. And I guess the laser blade as well has its own certain play style versus the other ones you kind of just spit out either normally or on direct hit. But the Pile Bunker you definitely need to build around a little more. Yes. Talbot seems weird. Wouldn't Ocellus be better? Oh, for sure. The top three, if you will. Probably Ricky Rat, Jamona, and like Ricky Rat again, I think, is my top three. Yes, but Talbot is good if your build is Ian Stived. Yeah, I guess so. But still, we're running what's called Bashu arms, which have no firearm spec. So yeah, Ocellus is definitely going to be a necessary upgrade for sure. What else? All right, so if double meleeing is the key, that's cool. Reverse joint is the build. Pile Bunker is definitely a choice. Not sure I would change that out for anything. I mean, I kind of would to take more advantage of the Kinkaku. Running Pulse Blade and what's it called? Coral Oscillator is my favorite Kinkaku double melee combo, as both of these weapons are incredibly good for canceling, incredibly high damaging, decent stagger, and great. Just yeah, they're super good. They're just so good for it. Running Kinkaku pretty much guarantees that you'll land him, unless your enemy is like 370 boost speed, and they can get around it at the last second. But as long as you're running something like Coral or Santai, probably gonna have to run Coral though, you should be able to have enough to melee cancel them and fake them out until you eventually hit them. Indubitably. But yeah, no. Alright. Pile Bunker's definitely a choice. And I believe it was a must keep. There were some must keeps about this build, but I forget some of them. So I'm just gonna assume Pile Bunker is must keep. Zimmerman's heat. Yeah, Zimmerman's fine. Multi 06 is also decent for getting some decent stagger. Although honestly, I've been more opted for the Duo 03, as it does more damage, reloads faster, same lock time. It's just less good for close range, as in like barrel stuffing range, which I suppose will be in with the melee, but at the same time, we're reverse joints, so if we jump above and jump at our opponents, we'll be going to get some good distance, and we could probably make some pretty good use of this. And since they're a mixture of vertical and split, they're pretty, or they're more hard to dodge than, they're, what's it called, harder to dodge than normal missiles that just come at you normally, you know what I mean? This is what I've seen and experienced individually. I think if I can play AC6, probably use PO4 for balance booster. PO4 is decent, all the red guns run it. But thing is yeah, it's jack of all trades but a master of none. And that really hurts an AC, depending on what you're building it for. It's kind of rough. It's decent, but you know, there are better for other things that your build might be more akin to. And in this game, it is definitely a lot about putting all your eggs in one basket, although trying your best to, or at least putting all your eggs in one type of basket, and then spreading those eggs out in that basket so that it can, you know, account for other builds and stuff like that. Because just building for one thing, super tanky, high DPS, you're going to get ratted, you're going to get kited, and there's nothing you can do about it because you didn't think about it. But if you do think about it and put in some, you know, countermeasures, some precautions, you'll be fine. You make a good, nice all-rounder build. The best builds you can make are the ones that have a potential to win in all scenarios. Indubitably. If you have a build that wins a lot in most, but not all, that's pretty nice. And depending on what you're doing, it can be cool, but it depends. If it's just you're grinding ranked, then yeah, just true. Throw on a like, traditional LARPster, high DPS if you want. Throw on a rat, and you'll win like 80% of your matches, and you'll upgrade or you'll progress the ranks no matter what. But if you're in a tournament or something like that where your lives matter and you can't just keep on going until you get unlucky and then keep going after that, or getting unlucky or going against your counter can mean you're just out, then building all around it is definitely the goal, indubitably. Sorry, I was doing something. Did you answer my question about the cosplay builds? No. I don't think I did. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. My bad, brother. You hate dual 10 missiles? They can be pretty damaging with dual Zims. I've seen that set up a lot. Interesting. With the faster build, or at least like 330 speed, probably with a boost speed of around 360-ish, you should be able to dodge them pretty easily, but still, it's quite the energy burn, and at the same time, you're also trying to dance around the Zim guy, which can be rough as well. So yeah, I could see that being pretty annoying, but still, pretty counterable if you too have higher DPS, if your shoulder mounts are even stronger, you know what I'm saying? Or you have a shield, stuff like that. But still, yeah, I can see it being pretty tough. Can win in most scenarios is exactly what I was thinking when I made the build. I asked you to Requiem. It's an all-ranged AC that focuses opponents to forces opponents to chase them. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, kites are pretty strong, indubitably. Any more cosplay builds are gonna? What did I say? What's it called? Cleric just put out his video about the cosplay build submissions in his garage contest. So that was pretty dope. Voting has started indeed, so you can follow that video to a website where you can just easily vote. All you need to do is type in your Discord name and then cast a vote. Then here you go. It will be pretty heat. Pretty heat indeed. I myself have no submissions, but I have voted. Indubitably. Green, I once again request you reconsider your opinion about the PO4. I will not. It's poo-poo. It's bad. No, it's alright. It's okay, booster. But it's not good for most things that I do. It's good for consistent quick boosting. Yeah, but there's also other builds that are good for consistent quick boosting, like the Alula. Everything's good for consistent quick boosting as long as you're in the weight requirement for it. So, yeah, that's why gills are so good, I think, because they have like really high. Yeah, that's not too high. 68,000 is incredibly high ideal weight, but still, they have the insane reload time of 0.30, so that's why they shine so hard. But you know, all right, but enough. I don't even know what we were doing before, but enough with that. Now with the optimization of the build, more I guess. Zim, fine. A bunker, gotta stay. Upgrading to Duo 03, nice, especially with reverse joints. But also excellent, wouldn't even change it. VP44D head, we're already at 290 speed, 1600 stability on reverse joints isn't a heat. So we're already gonna go in with a slower or heavier build. What's our boost speed? Ugh. Only 220 something. That's not great. Barrel head it is. Core, mind, alpha. We'll get more energy output, defenses, health, all the good stuff. Only become a little bit slower. That's nice. Bashu arms, might as well keep them. Get more melee damage, as well as they can handle the recoil of our guns and are very light and durable. Upgrade always the reverse joints, the better reverse joints in my opinion, the mind beta. Less health, less kinetic defenses, a little more energy, a little bit less explosive, more stability, more jump distance, stuff like that. Much lighter, allowing us to be much faster. Now we have boost speed of 330, so that's not bad. Mix that with reverse joint nature of distance and jump height, you're getting quite the distance. Konkaku booster, I guess that's pretty necessary for our canceling. However, on a build like this, it's kind of rough. Because only having one weapon for our melee canceling can mean a lot of, like, we're going to use it for distance, that's cool. Maybe even landing on attack. I guess, yeah, landing the charge attack is pretty necessary for our plan. I guess we'll experiment a little bit, because other than that, I would run the Alula as its quick boost thrust, and natural thrust is very high. We'd have a quick boost of 370. That's great. We'd have so much distance, so much speed, and the assault boost being so high means we can use our kicks a lot more often, as you know, we'll be zooming in. Outside of that, there's really not much of a point for us to be reverse joint if we're not using our kicks or our jump height when we're on like coral recharge, which we do have a coral gen, so that also has really good synergy. Although we're on the Aurorta, which is weird, so we're just gonna go ahead and go to the NGI. Salt armor, pulse armor, and then we're going to chill like this. Let's experiment with it a little bit in gameplay. Hell no, Alula is far too EN costly. Nah, I think it's just fair. It's worth it for me. Oh, MT, what the hell? I don't want no touch prod MT. They're a very peculiar booster. Flugel though. Flugel is heat. Flugel is kind of like the heavier variant of the Alula when it comes to like melee and self boost and all that good stuff. Now, Flugel is the heavier variant of the PO4 itself, as it's also an all-rounded type booster. Better, but heavier. Second best and better overall movement. Ironically enough, you don't always quick boost with Alulas. Second best for melee. Indubitably. That's more about your generator in my experience. True. I agree. Alright, so preferably shooter missiles out at a decent range. Assault boost in. Actually, I guess we wouldn't assault boost in, but we could. So we gotta use our melee, dude. That's how we get our speed. So we go like this. Yeah, charge. Oh god, that staggered. That was a little too much stagger. Alright, so if the missiles fully land, it's gonna be a little too much stagger, or we get staggered off of our melee, which is kind of rough, which means we probably won't have enough. Actually, well, it's kind of part of the plan. We could extend the stagger, actually. Yeah, if we do this, and then that staggers. Oh, it didn't stagger. Whatever. Oh, oh. Oh my god. I was trying to feint the normal attack, but because I'm going to the charge for some reason. Probably so used to trying to get distance with the charge pulse. Let's see here. Alright, so. Missiles. Wabadoo! Yeah, see, you just dodge too much. Like, normally the strat, once you stagger someone with the bunk, is you do the normal attack, feint it into the charged. Thing is, we're getting way too much distance with the reverse joints. So if we switch this to bipedal, let's do mind, or Hal, for, you know, just because, why not? I love them, they look great. We go like this. We slide right into it, it's perfect. We slide instead of jumping over them, which is so good. So I think this, a lot of times when optimizing builds, I don't really want to change the legs, as they feel like the soul. They are the soul of the AC. They're very important to its overall play style, and I don't really want to, you know, portray that. But if it is a necessary metamorphosis for the overall synergy of the loadout to work, then it's worth it, I think. Indubitably. So yeah, interesting. So what do y'all think? Think we should change the legs for the weapon loadout or what? I will leave the decision in your hands. We go bipedal or reverse joints. Because whenever I optimize a build, it's first the loadout. I might be a little quiet. Actually, let me check this. Alright, there we go. Should be fixed. Should be epic sauce now. Alright, what do we think? What do we think? What did y'all say? Have you tried a full Alba build before? I've not, I don't think. Maybe something like that, but maybe. Gonna go in 3 minutes to play some FO4. So I'm gonna cut to the chess. Let's make your top 10 viewers. Hell yeah, brother. I appreciate you all immensely. Yes, sold or not, optimization is key. It is. I would agree with that. I think it's strange that all boosters can be powered by all generators. True. Man, this is strange. Guess not. It's just a booster, you know? Just a booster. Getcha. Nacho legs, the kings. Nacho legs are pretty fucking cool. They are the mixture of bipedal and reverse joint, although they're way too light for this type of build, methinks. We could maybe pull it off, but oh my, yeah, not really though. No, they're gen. No, they're parts. Legs are holding it back. You have enough stagger with weapons, and it messed up with the win condition. True. What are the best gens? The best gens in Zagame, in my opinion, are if you're looking for a build that's high capacity and high energy weapons, so your unload is going to be pretty rough on any other gen. Big Koro gen is heat. If you are running a build that also has the same, needs a lot of capacity and energy weapons, but the Coral Gen's too heavy, you have to sacrifice just down to the Orta. You sacrifice a lot of capacity, little over half, which is rough. But still, if you have to, you have to. If you want a build with high energy firearm spec to boost your energy's weapons damage, the VE20C and 20B are great. 20B is good to things like tanks and such, as you won't need to worry about your Ian load being so close to shortfall that you're going to have slow regeneration. But if you aren't anything else that's not a tank, then you're going to want to run 20C, as you do get lots of capacity, decent recharge, all the good stuff, and it won't push your Ian shortfall to too much. Outside of that, super light builds like BVOs, kites, stuff like that, like 370 main boost speed builds. You want something like the VE20C, has lots of nice regeneration, decent capacity, and it's very light. Alternatively to those light builds, you could run the Hakushi, a little heavier, but has a lot more capacity and recharge, also goated. And then for thicker builds, like thicker boys that want to rely on more natural regeneration, you go Mangtang, Langtai, but the best, the GOAT, Santai. Probably the best generator in the game regardless, or overall in terms of stats. It is very heavy though. So if you're running a Zimmy Rushdown or a really heavy build, you want lots of capacity to chase down opponents, so using the Bristle Booster or something like that to catch up, or stuff like that. You want to quick boost a lot. Really just use a lot of capacity, a lot of stamina. The Santai is it for more natural regeneration, but it is quite heavy. So, yeah, if you want a lot of capacity, I recommend Santai and Coral. If you want energy damage, you want VE20C or 20B. If you're a lighter build and you want to stay so light, VP20C or Hakushi. Those are the best gens, methinks. I was thinking about doing like a weapon tier list pretty soon here, so that could be pretty cool. This ranking gens has got me thinking about that. I think that would be neat. We could do like individual tier lists for all types of stuff, weapons, parts maybe, although I feel like parts are very like specific to what you need in a build, so they kind of can't be. There are certainly some parts that shine above the rest, especially in certain categories, but yeah, I mean not so much as weapons, not so objective as weapons, I guess. A Zaku build, maybe. I like Hakushi a lot. Hell yeah, man, it's goated. It is a good generator. Dual Sampus plus dual Facons plus a VE20B equal terminal armor check. I agree. Very strong indeed. Yo, CJ, what's up, brother? Welcome to Humble Abode. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you stopping by anytime. Can you make me an Instagger, I'm guessing Insta-Stagger, lightweight DPS build for PvP? I sure could. I sure could indeed. If you have a blueprint or a current build you want upgraded, I'm down for that. But if it's just a concept, then I guess we'll do some theory crafting after we get through some of the other submissions indeed. Hakushi might be best for Ian regeneration. NGI is for holding out the fight before getting ran out. Well, also NGI is really good for regenerating in the air, unlike any other generator if you redline it. So it's good for boats, rats, even good for just rushdowns. Like, that's why, well, it's one of the reasons. It's also one of the only gens I can run on my judgment build. My rushdown is, it helps me rush down like boats and like lamb kites, as they're just in the sky, untouchable for so long. But, you know, if I'm chasing them in the sky and I run out of energy, I can halt myself in the sky naturally by just following and waiting for regen. I probably won't touch the ground before it regens, which is good. Continue the fight in the air. Or fire off my LCSs or something like that to stop me midair, give me more time to recharge, all the cool stuff. So there's a lot you can do with Core Gen, methinks. Lots you can do with lots of gens, but you know. Lots of cool intrigues, little techs. But alright, what else can we do for this build? Yeah, no, we were debating the legs. Yeah, I think it's very necessary that we just change the legs to something more ground-based. It's a bit unfortunate, but I think with the POW bunker, if it was any other melee weapon, we could keep reverse joints, but the POW bunker really needs to have a bipedal in this case. Otherwise, you're just dodging over them constantly, and that's not good at all. Flowing Stunger, or Flowing Stagger, dodge in, melee, all that stuff. Missiles, melee, charged, dodge, stagger, POW bunker. course, if you're a little distance from your boy with the pile bunker, you do a normal attack, which actually gets the boost. Oh, don't want to dodge like that, but into them. Boom, chilling. It's goated. You can also assault boost into the charge, which I think is pretty cool. God, the pile bunker has so many of its own little techs on its own. Although not very fast. Not with this assault boost from this gen, or this booster. Oh, it's overheated. Very heat. Very heat indeed. Alright, with that I can say we call it Requiem. We get on to some more of the builds from chat. Indubitably. Mind Beta Head, Varel for more stability. More stability. I mean, we're at 1800 stability, so we don't need to go down to Mind Beta Head. We're already chilling. No matter what we do for our parts, because of our booster, we're going to always be around like 290, 280 main boost speed. With only a quick boost of 320. Not great, but still. We're not exactly the most evasive opponents. We're really just trying to get in, slop them up with our very aggressive weaponry indeed. So I'd say okay. Yo, Crow, welcome back. You don't like the Varel head aesthetically? I think it's pretty alright. I think there's better looking heads. My favorite looking head is the Alba. I think Alba looks fucking so dope. Multiple eyes, sharp points, fucking sick. Belongs to our buddy. It's goated. Other than that, I'd say Shade Eye looks cool, especially because of its visor feature. And then VP44D also looks pretty cool, pretty honest, pretty neat. But yeah, no, Varel looks decent to me, but it's definitely not the most aesthetically pleasing head indeed. Alright, let's delve the Requiem and be on to another. Alright, we're a little slower by only a couple points, but we're a lot stronger, a lot more durable. Hell yeah. Alright. Now we shall start taking builds from the chat, which I think is already some submitted in the Discord, so I'll take a look at those first indeed. I like an ephemera head a lot. Oh yeah, it's pretty dope. About to use the elbow a lot too. Hell yeah. Friendly reminder that I posted my build in the Discord. Kind of got a bit buried. I'm gonna go check in the Discord right now. Must grab my phone, you see. Alright. 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 Oh, we got 3 builds in the shop. Alright, let's take a look here. Oh god. Got some big weapons. Got some lobster claws up in this bash. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright. Alright. LRB, 70 PR. It's up here? Did I miss it? No, it's right there. No. PM? Yeah, go good. Right. PM. Which one's this? Q5? Q5 shield. Very goated. 44D. Halcor. Lander C3. 442 or 422. 422. Alright. P4. Waltz 20B. Pulse armor. I missed something? No, 7:03 p.m. Does the other... What's it? 73 p.m. What's this? What is this? Oh, it's the single variant. I get you, I get you. Single variant of the normal missile. Alright, here it is. Here he is indeed. Alright, alright, alright. Let's upgrade this bitch. Wait a minute, it's Blue Rose. Blue Rose. I doth not know what you were talking about. You know that AC? Is it? I do not know this AC. I am ignorant to it. Slap a core gen on that thing? Nah, dude. That, the E-unload is just fine and dandy. Not trying to control the stream or anything. Just so excited to see if my build is viable in A6. Yeah, no, you're all good, mate. You're all good, mate. We will definitely take a look at your build in due time or try to recreate it as best we can. You know that AC from another channel? Oh, really? And heavy... I see corrosion and heavy tetrapod of these weapons. I see, I see. So this is from another channel? Interesting. I was mostly just focusing on if Blue Rose could be improved in Green Knight's opinion. Probably. I mean, that Ian load is rough. Yeah. PO4 boosters also something. It's cool though. It looks cool. But yeah, no. Let's see. Let's see what the damage output it is on this. So 1,000 per hit on the LRB. That's nice. Thing is, it's pretty slow fire rate. So honestly, it's being slow fire rate's honestly kind of neat now that I think about it, because it shoots at you. You know, you can start dodging. But because the, you know, if it was higher fire rate, you dodge more for each, what's it called? You would avoid more damage for each dodge, as you would keep firing despite you moving around. Control low, let's go. But with it being a slower fire rate, you dodge, and you only dodge like 1 or so hits. So by the time your FCS recalibrates, you actually might hit some more. So this might not be bad. Either way, I'd probably take LRA over it, only because it can fire more, and that's just rough. But you know, it's neat. It is definitely neat. Mixing this with the plasma is pretty cool too. They both have pretty similar fire rate, although obviously the laser's faster. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I imagine the gameplay of this build is very much obviously spam missiles whenever, and fire at normal shot of the LCB and or LRB, and charge attack primarily out of the plasma. As you get a whole lot of nice damage out of it. You can keep it up with the LRB. Then again, they'll both be on like cooldown. That's not great. Some cool variety you can do with this type of loadout. Let's see. Let's try to refine it though. But the damage though, damage is pretty nice. I do like it. I might be able to finally get it when the next iteration comes out. Oh yeah. I wonder if some softs will stay tuned for let's go. It's completely new game. I feel like they'll go with the whole new game over DLC. A new Armor Core 6. Oh, my controller's dead. Nice heat. Good old Armor Core 6 cents or something like that. But here, I'm gonna change my batteries. I'll be right backing. Will not take me long, indeed. Bing chillin' we are. Where do I post a build for you to look at? I can either share it in the chat once we're all done taking a look at our next couple builds. You can post it in the Requiem workshop in the Xbox Fight Club Discord, which I have a link to in the description of the stream, as well as all my videos. Or you can leave it as a comment in the most recent Requiem video, indubitably. All are great ways for me to be able to get to them and upgrade them here on stream. Indeed. Who here put that AC here, there? I don't know, man. Alright, but yeah, let's get back to this. So it's a pretty cool build. Let's see what we can do to upgrade it overall. So 307 speed, not great. 350 boost speed, not bad at all. Although, yeah, no. The damage is mighty. But let's see, our capacity is leaving a little more than... one more to be desired. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boosters. That's not bad. What's our sub boost speed looking like? I expect 100 or 400 in like 30. 460, not bad. You actually be cutting some good distance with that. Very heat. You know, I can see this pretty slow projectiles though overall. Plasma's not very fast, and this is a very slow fire rating weapon. Also overheats very quickly, which is unfortunate. But I guess it's a good substitute for its high amounts of damage. But yeah, okay, interesting. Shield too. Not too shabby. Very mid-maxed. Very, very mid-maxed. In fact, we're so close to weight shortfall that I wonder... Okay, no. We don't suffer the overburden, the mini stagger whenever you land. Very good, very good, very good. Alright. Let's give her some general optimizations indeed. First things first, weapon loadout. If I switch this to the LRA, we get a lot more speed, a lot more consistency, less base damage, less heat buildup as well though. It's basically the same direct hit, which is kind of funny. Which won't equal the same amount of damage though, given our natural damage isn't as high, but it's not, it's pretty low, but it's not too bad though. Recoil is actually higher, that's interesting. Didn't expect that. Let's see. Effective range, ideal range. Yeah, more range on this is also pretty dope. So let's switch LRA. We can switch this to Nebula, although again, shortfall. Although Nebula has a much higher fire rate, better charge attack too. So we'll switch to that. These, that's the thing. I used to really like these. I don't know if they ever got like patched or anything like that. I don't remember. But I remember at the time these were super good. They come back quick. They pretty much always hit because they detonate on people. Now they seem to just kind of go off and miss a lot. Really only good in closer ranges, unfortunately. Because they're so slow, you'll be able to dodge them and they'll just fuck off. They'll just keep going, which is rough. So if I'm going to use a plasma missile, it's always going to be vertical now. Just way too good. Shoulder mount shield. Q5 and Pulse are pretty much like the same in terms of how good they are. Except for this one obviously lasts a whole second of instant guard, which is always cool. Just doesn't have as much actual dampening, which is neat. Not really a huge shield player anymore, now that like super high DPS builds just kind of get rid of it anyway. But shields do counter a lot of builds. Single melees, stuff like that. That's really good for that. So I guess we'll keep the shield for there, or for now anyway, keep that. VP44D, good. Hal Core, I don't think it's going to be necessary anymore once we switch our gen. So you'll go Mind Alpha for now. Arms, we kind of can't go Basho as much as I would want to. See what we can do with Ephemera. Ephemera, Bipedal, preferably something like Mind Alpha or Hal. booster. We're more kiting type playstyle, as we don't really need to be close range for a lot anyway. So SPD helps get some good speed. Walt FCS also coincides with that theory. You could now have better recharge, more capacity, a little less damage with the VE20C. We're faster, might be stronger, probably stronger. Yeah, we're quicker as well. So more DPS now, which is nice. It's always a good time. We have our shield to watch out our reload as well, which is always nice. Hell yeah. I can see something like this working as substitute. And now that we're 8 speed above, we could probably go Viral Head too. Yeah. Indeed. Not a huge fan of the Nebula, but understandable. I just like the fact that the Nebula has a much faster fire rate compared to the PR or RP. Is it RP or PR? I always confuse the two. PR, gotcha. Which I always love. Also, the charge attack, instead of being a shotgun spread and where some of the shots can miss, it's just one beam, kind of like the Son, although definitely nowhere close to the speed of Zephyr Son. Also, it doesn't overheat with one charge attack, which is always nice. You can shoot up multiple if you wish. So yeah, we're getting half the damage with the LRA than the LRP. However, much faster fire rate and much more shots before repeats, I believe. Actually, that's sure. I mean, there's less heat buildup, so I imagine we'll get 1 or 2 more shots out of it. Let's compare them, actually. I think that'd be nice. Overall, it's not as heavy, so it's always going to be nice, but let's see. Arms over burden, and a minor. Arms over burden's effect is like a negative FCS tracking or firearm spec, which can be pretty deadly. So it's like slower lock-on, even if you're at effective range, indubitably. So let's see. We get 1, 2, 3, 4 shots until overheat. A very slow fire rate. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shots, faster fire rate. That's nice. Half the damage though. Yeah, interesting. How many charge attacks? I mentioned just 1 for both, I'm pretty sure. Now we get 2 shots of the... actually, you get pretty much infinite because it takes as much time for it to charge up as it does for heat to go down. Okay, so you could spam charge on the LRA versus the LRB. That's pretty neat. That's just quite neato. But anyway, that's enough of that theory crafting little. It's really just for me to know. Alright. LRA, Nebula, vertical. Keep the shield, might as well. And these parts are also pretty goated. SPD for better overall movement speed. Is much more of a kite. Walking down our opponents always gonna be nice. Boost speed does go down to 290, which I'm not really a fan of. The assault boost is fine. Huh. How would we look? I don't really run a Lula on kite-like builds, but this isn't exactly a kite. It's more like a ranged aggression type build, especially with the shield as we run to get some good use out of it. So I think a Lula actually will cut distance with assault boosting, chase people down, kind of like a traditional cat chasing a rat build back in the day. And 309 speed is very similar to what we had before, though a little bit faster. I think we had 3.7 before. So yeah, with that also we get a 340 something, yeah, 45 boost speed. So now we can actually dodge some good things, which isn't uber important, as you know, we don't have to dodge as much as we have to parry. Dodge really just comes after what we need to parry, so that's good. Yeah, I probably have to do some actual PvP tests and just really experiment with the bolt and see what I feel and feel like what's really lacking about bolt, as it does seem like a pretty neat build. But yeah, so far is what I think as a general optimization, indubitably. Maybe we'll test it in the PvP test, indeed. Variant Rose, Alright, let's give it the Requiem paint, see what's good. So which channel does the build belong to? Definitely want to check it out. So this is the first time I am hearing of this build, indeed. If you could share the like a video or channel link in our in your Requiem thread, that'd be most epic, methinks. Feel good. That's pretty dope. Greenie, in your last Requiem vid, I posted a comment with 2 strange builds for you to peek at if you so choose. Very nice. I'll definitely take a look. We don't know if this guy has an Xbox or has an Xbox. That's true. Alright, I posted a build on the Discord server. Ah, very nice. Please post the rec when you have a moment. I, of course, indubitably. I have to get the screenshot real quick, like. Bingo. Alright. Alright, next up. I'll see what else we got lined up in the Discord, and then, yeah. I'll take a look outside of that. Indeed. Alright. Oh, nice. Got the link. Very cool, very cool. Alright. Now we got an all Knockrider build. Very cool. Another LRA. Very cool, very cool. Alright. Let's build her up indubitably. Screenshot uploaded, let's go. Alright, LRA. Vitamin B, that's laser blade. Very nice. Okay. LRA, laser blade. Single variant, single plasma, and laser pistol, is that it? Yeah, looks like it. Yep. Alright, acquire parts. I went over it. Or didn't see it. Am I blind? It's already on it. My god. God. I just ignore the part it's already on, thinking that couldn't be it. There we go. Your parts. Flugel, 21A. 21A. Interesting. VE20C. Wait, VE20C. VE20C. Okay. And assault armor. There he is. There's our boy. 347, 347, 850, 80. Nice. Chill. Alright, alright, alright. IRL, I'm built like a full Knockrider setup. Hell yeah, brother. Got that gamer posture. Let's get it. Little boy's ready to fly high. Alright, let's play around with it a little bit. So yeah, with the max long range, it's a little rough with the pistol, as the pistol has decent range, but in actual practice of it being a ranged weapon, not very good. Not very good indeed. Yo, Feelgood, welcome to Humble Abode. Optimizing my blue rose. Hi, someone wanted us to take a look, so we did. It's pretty cool build. Most definitely. Further, it will become JP Lam or JP LRB Estrogen. I see. That's pretty dope. It's pretty heat. You have been found. You have been guarded. They know. One always finds out. You're welcome to Humble Abode there. Welcome to the show. Alright. Let's see what we got here. did not know the build belonged to another fellow content creator, man. I'll definitely have to take a look. See what you got chilling. What platform are you on over there? I'm here on Xbox, as you can see by my buttons at the bottom. Would be cool if a Green Knight did the PvP test against the actual YouTuber, but I don't know what system you play on. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty fun. That'd be a first. That's for sure. I don't know. Let's experiment with this build. So with an FCS that's max long and medium range, the pistol, that's not super good, but we'll see. All right, so anything beyond 230 or 130, anything in between or below 260. Damage exists. It can shoot and do decent damage. That's not great for it. Also a melee. Yeah, we're gonna have to need. We're gonna have to do some optimization here, I think. Hell yeah, man! I appreciate that indubitably. Hey man, 86 is a good game. Lots of good times over here, indubitably. Switch with Moonlight. Moonlight is definitely the better ranged melee. Your correction there. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the loadout, or optimized loadout, then the parts, inners, all that good stuff. LRA, pretty solid, pretty cool. Probably the best laser ranged weapon that I could think of for that consistent damage. Yeah, laser blade. I think I understand the purpose. The purpose is you know, you range as much as you can or kite as much as you can, but when they close in, you want to smack them up, and preferably you have enough stagger built on them by the time they come in. Thing is, unless that doesn't happen, say they're a kite or whatever, or they come in and just, you know, stagger you anyway, or they kill you at ranged, like I said, you won't get any use of that. So it's better to have 4 weapons that don't need to wait for their time to shine. Instead, you can use all 4 at the same time, type of thing, or over and over. That can work in different scenarios. Having one weapon that only works in one scenario, very specific, is not that great, or not as good as it could be if it was more usable. So yeah, having something like the Moonlight would be pretty nice indeed. I would agree. As we can use it as range, which is always nice. We use it on stagger, range, entry denial, all the cool stuff. So for that, we're on the red shift. On such a light frame, so it's not reaching more like 360 boost speeds, but it is what it is, I suppose. Indubitably. Alright. These normal plasma, though, not super great. As we've already talked about them before, vertical are always heat, although we do become overburdened, and that's not great. Although it's probably because our legs are just not very good for such a thing. So I guess we'll leave it for now. Laser pistol. Finding out the laser pistol and the LRA have pretty good synergy. So honestly, I'm going to swap these. Yeah, I'm going to swap them. If you fire all the LRA and then switch to the laser pistol and fire all of that, you have an infinite firing synergy, indubitably, which is always very cool, which I will demonstrate now. Lock the components. Fire, 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 fire. All 5 shots, gone, switch, spam. Switch. Keep on going infinitely. Infinite energy, infinite damage. OP, indubitably. Got a dip? Thanks, friend. No problem, dude. Have a good one. That's heat. Very dope. Yeah, non-meta builds are always very interesting, very fun. I got a new build coming up for the Iron Legion, indubitably. It's a build that I have not seen. Some people in the Yammercore Discord, Metal, I believe, were experimenting with lamb therapist builds. So it's a build type that has not been seen quite yet, but I think could be pretty neat. As with my judgment, I already kind of accomplished my max close range, high DPS build. Now I want to go more of a ranged build. What can I really do to make a cool one of that? So that shall be what we shall construct, indubitably. I shall show off in a video in due time. Alrighty. LRA, good for range, that's nice. Oh, Moonlight, yes. Laser handgun, okay. Could we, in theory, switch this to the LR? No, overburdened. Makes sense. Alright. Just become overburdened a lot. Let's see what we need to change that in terms of weight. We can run Basho, as it can handle the recoil of our weapon, obviously boosting the melee as well, which is always nice. Knockfire legs. See, from a ranged build like this, Knockfire legs aren't really necessary. They're really good for fast-paced close range, as you know, they boost around very wisely and very elegantly, as our buddy does indubitably. So for more range build like this, I always opt for more things like, or things much more like the Alba legs, as we get a lot more durability, more carry weight, and in some cases more speed. Less boost distance, of course, but not super necessary. SPD, we get 380 main boost speed. That's actually kind of nuts. Alright, very cool. FCS, we don't really need all of that tracking in super long range, as we're not going to be in long range. It's really just medium range. So, go Walt. Although, actually, if we're going to go more medium anyway, might as well just go full for it with the PO5. As I find it does make a pretty decent difference. Sure, it's with the Basho arms at least. If you have any other arms that actually have some good melee spec, or not melee spec, firearm spec, you'll be chilling just running the Walt, as it does have max 77 instead of 80, which is fine. But with Basho arms, I find you actually have a pretty good there's a pretty decent difference in the PO5 and stuff, and maxing it out or not, which I guess makes sense again because it says these arms have nothing. VE20C, we can definitely run it. Assault, switch out the pulse. And then with our new legs and our new speed, we can definitely justify running different parts. Methinks. Alba, probably 44D. Let's go. Maybe even, nah, can't run Vero. That's fine. Alright. Good run. No, can't run Ephemera. Alright. Pretty much maxing on our weight. Our unload's looking nice. Might be able to upgrade our weaponry. I would love to run something like the Javelin. Maybe I can just upgrade this to LR. No. So far the weapons are still pretty unfortunate. How much I can actually flex around with them. Go laser orbit, but not heat. Shield would be pretty nice, but it's not exactly the structure of the build, I think. Alright. Form over function and green is Green's motto. I do like my form over function, or function over form, all the good stuff. Yeah, Alba does look pretty heat. Knock looks pretty good. I think Alba looks better though. Methinks. Yo, Spark Club, welcome to humble aboard. Indubitably. Takes me back to 4th gen. Hell yeah, dude. Alrighty, what can we do for this? So we're trying to substitute these pretty shitty missile launcher for something better. These are not bad. Take a while to lock on though, but the lock on time mixed with the... Honestly, yeah, I'd take it. It's kind of like a substitute for Javelin at this rate. Ooh, Duo 2 though. Not horrible. Yes, this might be pretty solid. Let's see. This has been alright, kite.
Very nice.
Alright, so how does he actually handle the recoil? I want to see exactly. Well, the recoil isn't very high, so it should be fine. Alright, let's handle it, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But it is. You're going to see just how much your recoil control is actually working. If you look at the red reticle, as long as it doesn't go up or expand, the balloon doesn't expand, you'll be fine. But if it does, then it's pretty rough. You can see how much time it takes for the expand to happen with the automatic weapons, but I was just waiting, watching, counting the seconds by. Because even if you have max recoil control, it doesn't mean you can handle the recoil of the constant firing minigun. Yeah, no. Alright, so let's back it up. Let's compare it to the original, see what's good. Overall, I think we're looking pretty geared. How's everyone doing? It's been kind of a while. Hey, we're all doing epic sauce indubitably as I am. How about yourself there, Sparring Club? How are you doing this fine evening? This fine Requiem evening. Alright. Let's compare it to the original. Freedom and Rebellion, different ACs, but basically like Rusty's 2 ACs. I get you. That is pretty epic Zeus. Alright. Alrighty. Faster, stronger, better. Hell yeah. Let's give him a Requiem treatment. Oh, there we go. Big chillin'. Alright. More bales. I think we have one more from the Discord, maybe? Something like that. Two more. Very nice. What the goddamn hell? Double Zim, double Fasan. Let's rebuild them. All mine are Kate, but they are one and the same. Very nice changes. Well, thank you. A few mine included. Indeed. I think yours is the next one. Alright. Double Zim, double Fasan. Let's rock it. What are those for parts we got? P44D. Mind Alpha. Lighter C3. Interesting. Mind Alpha. P10. P10 booster. Interesting. Wait, really? P10? Oh, the hell. I haven't seen the P10 on a booster in or a build in a while. Oh, Celis Coral. pulse armor. Alright. Yep, this is it. Alright, let's take a look at his mains. Alright. Well, I guess I assume the flow of the build is, of course, rush down, stagger, delete with the facades. One thing is we gotta make sure we can actually get there and dance around them long enough to actually get that going. Full of power. Alright. Alright, weapons are pretty solid. Weapons really can't. I wouldn't really change the weapons for much at all, as this is goated on the sauce. So yeah, wouldn't change these. Those are definitely choice. Facades have their niche, so I shall leave it there. Alright. Yeah, 260 main speed with a 270 boost speed. What the fit? What the hell? What in the goddamn? Alright, we're gonna fix that with a couple things. First things first. Bash your arms. Now we're lighter. And that's heat. We got really love being lighter and have more durability. It do making a difference. P10 booster. It is quite literally poo-poo in every stat other than, I guess, assault boost, and EN consumption on the quick boost. So that's pretty cool. You can kind of spam dodges a lot, but that's not really going to get you anywhere. In terms of distance and evading attacks, really. You can keep interrupting your FCS, but if you're in their effective range, chances are it's going to lock onto you instantly again, and that's going to be rough. So yes, Alula is honestly just my favorite, my go-to for a build like this. It's pretty heavy, so maybe, how much quick boost do we get off the Bristle Booster? Not a lot, and not a lot of main boost speed. Only really Assault, which is not great. Because we're after Assault Boost in, and then, you know, dance around them a bit if they're a bigger target. Obviously, if they're like a tank, you just snipe them with the Facade regardless, and you'd be chilling. But if they're a super light opponent, we're going to be able to need to catch up with them a lot and keep hitting them. Whether that's a kite or, again, just a 370 or around like 350 with a 370, obviously boost speed type of BVO type build. So yeah, Celis, goated, Coral, goated, Pulse, goated. Alright, with all that, I wouldn't really change too much. Now with boost speed of 340, 305 boost speed isn't great, but with Facades, I guess it's kind of necessary. So yeah, not too many notes. Pretty niche build with your Facade type of flow. Wouldn't really change it out. You could go for a faster frame or a faster overall playstyle if you run something like Estrogens. As you just kind of, you know, slide around the opponent, letting them up, stagger, Facade. But yeah, I'll call. But it's the constant stagger flow, which is not as ideal as I think as the Zimmerman is, especially with the Coral. You know, with a build where you're constantly shooting them with like machine gun or something like that, you want to generate, while you're standing still for that, you're regenerating your energy, which is very cool. But if you can't do that, if you have more burst weapons, like Zims, you want something where you can regen all at once, in the air, what have ye, all the good stuff. But yeah, I'll call. One change ahead to Vero, because I don't want to lose any more speed. Yeah. So yeah, not too much changed, but we got there. Couple optimizations indeed. Any reforge on like Allmind? Not tonight. In fact, tonight's a very special reforge as we're closing off the Vesper chapter. Shattered has been creating the ultimate Vesper using the original Vesper parts in the Vesper pool, and I'm going to create the ultimate Vesper using the parts from all of the upgraded Vespers, and then we'll battle just like we did for the red guns back when we closed off that chapter. And after we're done with this, I'm going to put a poll up asking all which corporation we're taking a look at next. Will be R&D? Will it be Liberation Front? What will it be, dude? What will it be? I wonder, indeed. Alright, let's give her a pint. Being chillin'. I feel like we only changed like two things. Arms and boosters, probably. Yep, that's pretty much it. Less of a Requiem, more or less, just a little minor optimization. There's not too much else to work with, methinks. Solid build overall, dude. Just some, really just a boost that's really holding it back. The arms are just kind of a little extra umph. Or umph. So yeah, chilling. Alright, next up. Metals build in the Discord, and then anything else we have lined up. Incredibilis. I may be wrong, but I might be wrong, but there may be similar builds to mine out there, but I haven't really seen any use my tactics with it. That is usually how it be when you create a build on your own without the influences of others. Even if you did, I mean, like for instance, my double Zim LCS build, I made that completely solo dolo, or like with no influence, indubitably. But I know there are others that have created it themselves. Like I have a friend, Hopeless, who streams. He has his own type of variant of it, using the LCDs and a bit of a heavier frame, which looked a lot like an earlier version of mine. But he had no idea I was making it. So it's definitely possible for a lot of people to come up with the same conclusions when they're making a certain type of build and its archetype range. But, you know, overall having your individual tactics and stuff like that to set you apart of how you play it is definitely great. Because I was playing with Judgment in ranked, and I had two people copy the loadout. One guy just straight up copied the exact build, but since he obviously wasn't as attuned to it as I was, it was not a close fight. I was able to use it a lot better because I used it a lot more and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely building your own build. Even if a lot of people have similar builds, don't really matter. As long as you're more attuned to it and have your techniques built into it, you always have a good time. You can always call it your own. Alright, what have we here? Trust me when I say this is more fashion. I see. Alright, right arm, 4-cell missile launcher. I'm assuming that's a box. Yep, multi-04. EXP thrower. Let's go to the throwers. Wait, EXP, what? EXP thrower. What do you mean by that? Shoulder Harris, Pulse Blade, that's pretty dope. Probably make explosive thrower. Yeah, well, yeah, that would be making a lot of sense. Let's see. Harris, Pulse Blade, if I didn't need to. On the shoulders, interesting. I imagine, yeah, I guess, once you fire the missiles, you want to switch to something very nice, very neat. Pulse Blade and Explosive Thrower do we have in? Ah, nice, you got the Explosive Thrower, Harris, Pulse Blade, 3-weapon combo with a little bit of extra missile assist. That's pretty heat. What else we got? Head VP question mark, not the VEs or the VP44D. So another VP head. I'm guessing VP44s. Must be. That's like the only other VP head. So guess we'll go with that. Alright, what else? Mind Alpha, Melander. Mind Alpha, Melander C3, or Melander. I guess we'll do Melander C3 as the first option. Unless we become overburdened. And then whichever can hold the load, yeah. Booster, Alula, Ocellus, Mangtang. And then Pulse Summer for sure. Alright. Note for green. Strategy is to start with missile, then switch to Harris when close range. Do a Harris thrower combo at at will when enemies staggered. Punish with blade. Missile could be used when... I see. I get you. Crow is right. Yeah, explosive varieties, indeed. I agree. Alright. Am I in the test? Okay, I'm not. Okay. There we go. Alright. So I built a couple builds that use this very synergy of weapons, so it won't be too hard. To keep the weapons, the switching out to this and firing out every now and again is can get a little tedious, but at the same time it's not that bad. Usually in a build like this, I just have the 6 cell on the shoulder, and instead have the Harris on your primary at all times, so you can fire off a couple normal shots and then need to charge. But that's really just a novelty. Doesn't really matter that much. In fact, I suppose using the box missile is much more of a advanced way of doing it. In theory, you could switch this to the siege, as you would get a lot more guaranteed stagger buildup. Not that you necessarily need it, as most builds will stagger with the charge Harris and the explosive thrower already, but yeah. Box missile is pretty nice too. Alright, VP44D, or 44S. Overburdened really well. That's not going to be the case when we switch our arms to the much superior Basho. Legs to the superior Might Alpha. Keep this. Maintains neat. But I do love me that coral. Could we run Sentai? I actually could. Be pretty flexible with it too. Although our natural boost speed isn't a lot, but it doesn't have to be, I guess. 360 boost speed is still a lot. So I'll run that. Pulse armor, goated. Head could probably run barrel. Yep. And then we're pretty chilling. What the hell? Looking good. I would say the explosive thrower and the laser lance were the weapons that blew my mind the most when I first saw them. I was just like, damn, the badassery is real. I agree. Yeah, they're fucking dope. They're pretty heat. And so missiles out, switch, charge you up, Harris, dodge in, melee. Go get on the sauce. Heat. Hell yeah. Alright. Just give them the Requiem killers. Alright, we're a little, well, pretty slow, much slower, but not matter that much. Given our oppressive power at close range, it will be able to definitely cut up with our assault boost. And we're much more durable. Much more durable indeed. Especially with the explosive thrower and the Harris, both being weapons that stop us in place to deal lots of stagger and decent damage. We'll have to stand there to take some trades, and with only 1600 stability, that would be very hard. But with 1800, we're chilling, indeed. If we're not in the closest proximity to an assault armor, we should be fine too. Might be able to shrug it off a little bit. Hell yeah. Alrighty. With that out of the way, that is all the builds in the shop. Now we can take a look at any from the comments or stuff. Indeed. Indeed. I think Chris just beat you to it, that a crawl, but still, yeah. Share your builds or let me know if they're in a comment, and I'll go check them out. Oh, Chris has got to build ASAP. Let's go, dude. Let's take a look. to Estrogen, right back for Sun. Trino. Boom. Bing Chidin. Alba Head. Wait, what? Alba Head, Core and Arms. Caw. Alba Head, Core. Wait. Yeah. Caw. Wait, where are the Alba Arms? There they are. Little bastards. Mind Beta Legs. NGI Booster. NGI Booster on reverse joint legs is a constant that keeps happening. I don't fully understand it. Well, I understand it, but it's not as good as I think people think it is. It's a little redundant, but people might not know that. Walt FCS. NGI Coral Generator. And Pulse Armor. Very nice. Oh, here he is. So I see a lot of people using the Coral Booster on reverse joints. And often it's because of their upwards thrust. Being like, yeah, upwards thrust and thrust are wicked high. Which you might think gets you in the air and keeps you in the air for a lot longer. It doesn't increase your jump height or your boost up. It only activates after you keep on going up, which is nice. But with a build like this, it won't be that necessary. But yeah, no. Also, its max quick boost is neat, but again, on reverse joints, you don't really need to worry about that. I guess you would need to think about it when you're mid-air and you don't get the actual kick distance, but yeah. It's neat, though. Which one, Green? Rebellion or Freedom? Freedom. My build is in Requiem Workshop. Aye, that's true, it is. It is very true. The concept to be brought to life, I see. We'll get to that right after this one, methinks. After this one, it crows, and then we'll get to that one, methinks. What's the best booster for Fortress Quad? What I'm in an AC cold red room. From AC for answer. I need to fix it. The best booster for heavy quads is always going to be Coral, as it has max quick boost thrust, jet duration, or not max jet duration, but still pretty high. And upwards thrust, which allows your Tetra to get into the air fast, and then get that fucking mighty distance when hovering and boosting. So good. Definitely S tier. Outside of that, for like 3v3s, when you need to get to combat like as fast as possible, run the Bristle Booster, as it helps heavier weights to get around quick with its maxed assault boost thrust, and very ideal, or very generous ideal weight as well. So yeah, Bristle Booster and Coral Booster are the best for heavy Tetras. Indubitably. Alright, let's get to this build indeed. My reason for the booster is that it feels like I have more in-air mobility. Gotcha. Airjig legs give me more on-ground leaping. Just looking to improve the setup. Getcha. Alright. Alrighty, so one Fasan and a Trino. So, let's see. Both of our shoulder weapons stop us in place, which isn't huge, but it's not horrific. I could see the playstyle being get close, mixing kicks with estrogen shots, proc stagger with your Trino, and then launch have a full charged Fasan as your charge. You'll be charging your Fasan the entire time. I guess let's get into a practice to kind of show it off a bit. Because I see that being a pretty nice little loud out synergy. Blah. See what we got. So the second the fight starts, charge up, move in. Oh. Murdered. This is exactly how I try to use it. Lol. But I suck at kicks. Hey man. Kicks are really iffy with connection. Often you'll just like, it happens to me a lot, sometimes in tournaments, which is very unfortunate, where I'll go for a kick, but I'll just face through the opponent, and then that's like, damn. Also, they'll kick the air next to me, but on their screen they hit me, so I still take the hit, which is also rough. But yeah, so kicks kind of iffy with connections, but you know, reverse joint kicks are different than the other kicks. Obviously, all legs have different kicks compared to their others. Reverse joint have the most distance in their kicks, but they also have the most wind up and decent recovery. So you want to go for the kick when you're not like right on them, but before you're on them, as you have to go up and then drop kick them. So your drop kick gets a lot of distance, which is super good. You just fucking kick snipe people. But yours wind up is the slowest out of them all. So people have the most time to dodge them. Although again, dodging kicks with connection is really rough, which is not great. But you know. Bipedal have the quickest, have really fast kicks and the fastest charge up time, or fastest wind up time. And then Tetra have the, Tetra are like a mix. They have very fast wind up time, similar to Bipedal, but the same amount of like recovery and distance as reverse joints indubitably. Alright, let's see how best we can optimize this a little bit more. So for the try now, I'm going to go to substitute these with something else more akin to duo of 3 missiles. The reload, actually a little slower, interesting, but I guess it matters because the lock-on time will be way faster. A little bit more base damage, which is nice. This will make it so we don't have to stand still as much. Not as much initial stagger, but still enough stagger where it will make a pretty good difference. And we'll build it up pretty fast. Indubitably. And they're very nice on reverse joints, as they're not super good for wicked close range, unlike the Multi 06 Balaam set, but they're pretty good if you're not barrel stuff but still close range. So if we jump above them and fire them out, they'll be very good and very hard to dodge because of their vertical nature. Well, alright, with that set, that's a pretty good loadout. Although I'm curious to see how much damage do we get on direct hit with a charged Fasan versus something like the Javelin Alpha, which also has insane direct hit capabilities. So let's kill him, reset. Get our full damage off with the charged Fasan on direct hit and see what's good. Oh, interesting. Alright. Alright. 3,800. Very, very good. Alright, 3,800 versus Javelin. Which I theorize will be more. Alright. Actually, a little less. Interesting. Although, it's a little more usable. Faster fire rate, as its reload is good. You'll get the same amount of damage without needing to charge it up. And it does build up a lot of stagger as well. So it still functions as our shoulder cannon that we fire off every now and again, but now we can actually fire off way more. It only does 200 less damage on direct hit. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Have you ever watched SWAT? No, I don't think I have. No, I don't think I have. Alright. Let's call that that. That's good. Wouldn't really upgrade these weapons. Although Zims have really good synergy with reverse joints. There we go. Alright. So run that. With the burst machine estrogens, we can simply run Basho. Keep the legs. Now we're 330. 380. God damn. 370. Still not bad. Upgrade the head to 44D. We're not losing too much speed. Main boost speed. Lowest per go is 310. And quick boost speed 360. Alright. Change the boosters to a Lula so we get much more assault boost to get out our kicks. Now we're back up to 330 main boost speed, only down to 360 quick boost, also dope. Close range is our main range anyway, so sell as it is. Also with bash arms, we kind of need it. Core gen is great generally with our joints. Pulse armor is goated. And with that, we call ourselves Requiem indeed. Why does everyone use the bash arms? Because they are just so goddamn good. Allow me to explain. The Basho arms, despite having very low firearm spec, which is kind of like FCS tracking, but not as good, but still good. But, you know, if you have max tracking in your FCS, you don't really need firearm spec at all, really. Also has really good, really bad recoil control, second worst in the game, only second to the worst part, the Jailbreaker set. So really the worst. Thing is, though, it has still 66 recoil control, so if that's greater than your recoil of your weapons, for instance, ours is only 3, so 6 in total, chilling. You don't need to worry about it. So that's epic. They're incredibly light in EN, light as well. Light in EN load as well as weight, which means you can run better parts because of it, because you get so light, because you get so fast. As well as they have great AP, some of the highest AP out of all the arms. Decent defenses, especially against explosives. And yeah, that makes them super good for a lot of weapons. Also, they boost melee, so you'll see my melee builds, or builds that need to be pretty quick, and will lighten up using these arms. So yeah, they're just really good for a lot of things that they probably shouldn't be. They might as well be used as a police AC. I would agree. I would agree. Now let's give him the Requiem paint. Call him Requiem. Indubitably. Boom. Bing. Chillan. Alright. NASCAR's got the Freedom AC. Alright, let's take a Crows. Then we'll take a look at the concept build. And then, yeah, we'll build ourselves a Super Vesper. Indubitably. Alright, just load a preset. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, baby. Alright. Before we do this, need to take a quick intermission. Probably take me like 5 minutes. So yes, I'll be right back indubitably. Alrighty, I've returned. He is still there indeed, I've returned. Alright. We'll build back right now. Crows. Zimmerman, Laser Blade, Huxley, Split. Go on, chat. But what kind of split missile? Indeed. There are 2 or 3, kind of. I was indeed. I was doing that. I was doing a side mission indeed. It's true. Alright, so what kind of split missiles we talking? Just gonna put them on the first ones to show for now while I wait. Elba Head, Core Knockrider. Gotcha. It's a single one. Just a singular little split missile. I see. You got a job for me, eh? That's pretty goated. Pretty epic call sign. Alright, what we got here? Alright, Alba Head. Core. Yeah, Alba Head. Core knock. Arms at VP. Wait, no, those are legs. Wait, am I getting this wrong? Alba Head and core, I'm guessing? Yeah. Alba Head and core. Knock arms. .422 legs. Lula. Osalios. And VP-20C. Terminal. Interesting. Very interesting. 370, not bad. Albacore, yeah, gotcha. Alright. Pretty neat looking build, very fashion core on point. That armor at a core looking good. Alright. Alright. So split missiles with a close range build like this is kind of rough. Those are decent, but not the best sometimes. So often the enemy will probably be out of the way by the time they split and activate on the enemy, which is kind of rough. But they're really good for more medium range. Kind of like the duo missiles, though. In fact, that's why the duo missiles is pretty good, because they're a mixture of split and vertical. Alright, so let's see what we can do. So 370 main boost speed, 390 actual boost speed. Very quick and evasive like this one. Very keto indubitably. However, as most Zim builds in melee go, we're going to double up on Zim. Indubitably. And just put the blade on the back. Although I'm probably also going to upgrade the blade to the pulse blade, as I find that's just way better. Huxley is fine. Although I'm probably just going to switch that to 203 heavier. Actually, is heavier. Interesting. What about Balaam Force 6 cell? Also heavier. Alright, so maybe we keep it for lightweight purposes. Upgrade this to the lighter. Better statted head, not lighter than it, but still lighter out of the big 3. Keep the core, switch the arms, legs. It's like 360, about 360 is gonna be our new base speed. Still running a 380 main boost speed, or actual quick boost speed, so that's good. Ocellus, VP-20C is sadly just not enough energy for a build like this. Coral will keep us around 360, so that's not bad. Not really 350. Terminal armor is good. But on a build like this, Pulse is definitely going to be more of your friend, methinks. So Zim, Huxley, Laser. Yeah, I could be on this. As you get close, constantly doing stagger, boosting around at quite high speed. Stagger, melee. Hell yeah. Alright, let's get the Requiem paint. Alright. A little bit slower, but much stronger indeed. Hell yeah. Alright, now let's bring the concept to life. It is the time. The time is upon us. There it is. Alright. Time is here. Let's see what we got here. So do we have a part list with this? Harris, another rifle. Okay. Call. So it sounds like something. So for the weapons, Harris, Treno. What else we got? Use hand missiles. We got hand missiles. And vertical plasma missiles. Vertical plasma are definitely the best vertical missiles in the game. And you said it was on a Tetra leg, right? There are a few Tetras. This is the best kite Tetra, being Lamengire. And with that, we'll run Quartal on it. Walt FCS. Generator, some good energy. Quartal. Pulse, for sure. Alright, something like this probably sounds like your loadout you were describing a bit. And this wouldn't be a bad kiting setup, neither. Not bad at all. Alright. So, get up, hover, and then just snipe at him. You can use the charge shot, is so goddamn good. Alright, literally everything you want, because we're on what's called Tetra. We don't stop the place to fire out these shots, which is so nice. Yeah, no. Lock on for the Treno does take a minute without a good FCS for it, but definitely not compromising our aim with our rifle for our missile launcher. Indubitably. This build seems like my sort of thing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Alright. Let's take this and optimize it. Bash your arms. Makes it lighter and stronger. Head. Probably Viral. Yeah, sir. Core. Can't get too thick. Yeah, Alba's probably the most durable we're getting. That's fine. One change innards. Pulse summer for sure. Hell yeah. Alright, box missile is definitely the best hand missile. If it's, especially if we don't have a whole other... Well, we have other weapons for constant buildup, but you know, you either use this or siege, but I can't even use siege actually because it's too overburdened. Would plasma work for the assault boosting past them? What? Past them, like if you fire them off, then assault past, will they still hit if they chase? Yeah, pretty much. That's the thing with the plasma missiles in this, so they're vertical anyway. Because they're vertical and they're plasma kind of detonates on people, and vertical, you know, there's not much way to avoid it easily. Let's go to normal vertical missiles that are, you know, kinetic explosive. They suck in this game because they don't have that detonation, they don't have the blast radius, so they'll just miss pretty much by anyone moving slightly. But because these detonate on people, they make them really good. They don't do a whole lot of damage and stagger themselves. 700 damage is nothing, but it's definitely not the best. But what they're really good for is keeping the stagger meter constantly up. So if I build it a little bit with my couple shots of Harris, I don't want it to go down, but I can't exactly hit them with anything else because nothing else is on cooldown. Also, they can dodge other things. It's very hard to dodge the vertical. So it really acts as a way to hit them, almost guaranteed. So even if you boost past them, chances are they're going to get hit by that. The only real way they're going to be dodging, or the way to dodge these missiles, is to just move really fast. So by the time they come down, they still just miss. And that's only going to be achievable by boosting, or like us 380 boost speed naturally moving, because we're using the hover mode of the Lammergeiger, the Lamborghini legs. By all. Yeah, but normally the Trino rifle or Trino shoulder mount stop us in place when firing, similar to the Charge Harris, but because we're on quad legs and hovering, we do not stop in place at all. It's very nice. Also trying to make for a really good stagger punish, which is always nice. Somebody help me upgrade Steel Haze to be OPP and PvP. You mean OP and PvP? I mean, I did upgrade Steel Haze as the first reforged build. However, I did make some future adjustments for the current version because, you know, metas change, or the game itself changes with the patches. But he's pretty close. I mean, he's pretty decent already, but you know, he's more like the he is within the same build type as a BVO, so anything that's really close high stagger with a melee will do just fine. For his, you run Vientos or burst machine gun estrogens, stuff like that. Hell yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking for this build. Hell yeah, man. So yeah, that's good. I could see this doing pretty well. Definitely. I'd probably switch, what's it called? The Trino out for the Redshift and Moonlight, as it's also another ranged. Actually, you can't put it on the shoulder, but you'd have to switch the shoulders. Basically, switch these both, and then switch the Trino to the Redshift and Moonlight, as you get a lot more damage out of it, as well as it's boosted by our arms, which has great build synergy, and yeah, comes back quicker too. So faster fire rate, more damage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Faster fire and more damage. So basically just better, kinda. Although definitely not the same as the cannon type substitute. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely viable, I'd say. Theory crafted in Dubilis. Now with that theory crafted, it's now time for another of the theory craft. We are to build the ultimate Vesper using all the Vesper parts from the upgraded Vespers indubitably, which is going to be a bit of a doozy. So I'll leave this here. Very heat. Now let's rock them. Let's rock them. Let's rock them, sock them. I guess we'll go with the color layout of V1 Freud indubitably. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, so let's see here. What are the best leg types? Or the strongest type? I think it's probably going to be Varel. Varel legs again, as they're incredibly strong. Yeah. Honestly, something similar to our Hawkins upgrade is probably what I'm going to rock with, as double LCS on these are insanely strong. And we'll have both versions of the Red Gun and Vesper Primes. We'll have Tetra with energy cannons on the shoulders. Thanks so much, man. This AC veteran can rest easy knowing his old build can still rock and roll. Hell yeah, brother. Definitely could. Stun baton, stun gun, stun needle, and snail. Hey, man. That is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright, so yeah, let's rock this type of loadout. I think will probably be best, strongest anyway. We have arrow legs, Coral booster. I guess Ocellus FCS depends. Actually, we go Waltz because our arms are going to be ephemera. Our core, probably Tang. In the end, Varil, double LCS on the shoulders. Not super creative, but definitely super strong. Yeah, but I'm pretty excited to delve into the lore accurate reforges. I think those will be a pretty neat challenge. I think we'll lore accurate upgrade every single preset build, but definitely some of the more popular ones. I'll be sure to make posts to ask which ones y'all would like to see the most. Alright, with that, what other weapons do we have access to? We have access to Therapist, Moonlight, Explosive Thrower. Probably gonna throw that on just because it's goated. I could go to Explosive Thrower and Whip. That could be nuts. No, well, no, I couldn't. I would have to sacrifice an LCS. So yeah, Explosive Thrower would be pretty good, or Whip. What else for a good primary? Access to Pulse Guns, Rensetsu, Bazooka, Missile Launcher. Actually, I don't have access to that because that's the original. Bazooka. This first Vesper we took a look at, huh? The Red Gun Primes. The Shattered customization was pretty dope. Alright, so we have access to a Bazooka, Explosive Thrower, Harris, LRA, Pulse Gun, Pulse Blade, Nebula, Harris, and again, Therapist. So, either Harris, Quan G, Explosive Thrower, or the Whip. I feel like the Whip is more Arquebus, more Vespers than the Explosive Thrower, as the Explosive Thrower is Michigan, so, oh yeah. Lore accurate Iguana, you mean Iguazu? How dare you? Do it, Greni. I think that would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think the Whip is more Arquebus. Man, that was something like this. We would have this boy for sure. They do have the Walt and Coral Gin, right? I'm not tripping. Coral Gin, Walt. Nice, chillin'. And there you go. And we'll do what we did to Mishi. We'll use V1's paint, but make it super shiny, as is now perfected. Quote unquote, perfected indeed. Now this is Arquebus. Snail could never. Snail's too much of a biatch. Boom. Bing chillin'. Boom. What do we? Oh, that's probably gonna be the strongest Vesper Prime. V0. Let's see how this does against the Arena Freud. Good old Fred.
Final arena combat aptitude of
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's see. What the fuck? How did I fly up? I'm sticking below me, you little bastard. I don't like it like that. Ah! That could have been smoother.
Main system
Smoother sailing coming
activating
up.
combat mode.
I will not allow it to be underneath me. Get your ass back here, boy. Wabadoo. We out here stepping on business. It's Chunky Lad. Who's your favorite Vesper? Greenie?
Target destroyed.
Favorite Vesper? Good question. Favorite Vesper? I would say Rusty, but, you know, he's more of a Liberation Front AC, or a dude ski, anyway. Just a poser for the Vespers. So actual Vesper? Probably Freud. I think he's dope. Sure, he killed our boy Chatty, but, like, you know, he lives for the hunt. He's always evolving. So he's trying to, you know, yeah, he enjoys fighting and piloting his AC for the sake of it. And I think that's really dope. I think it's fucking heat. So yeah, like Freud the best, methinks. So now I'm thinking, see this one, I mean, this build's fine, decent, but as an overall build, I don't know. It is similar to what we did for the red guns, and where the red guns, you know, took heavy tetra, best of their best, durable of their durable. Guess this would be, because I imagine Shadow's gonna pull up something pretty similar. Although, does any of the Vespers even have heavy tetra legs? I think just Hawkins. I think he'll have something like akin to Snail, but I don't know. Yeah, Hawkins is the normal. And so does Dudesky. O'Keefe. And Swinburne. Alright, yeah. Alright. Yeah, this probably do good. This probably do alright. The ultimate Vesper lad. The ultimate heavy tetra bands. Need to be a heavy lad. Freud and Baron Flower are the goats. Aye, they are. They are pretty dope. They're pretty epic sauce. And they are most epic sauce, indubitably. Alright. Well, with that, we got... What Requiem builds we did? We did quite a bit. Let's see. Nice. Quite the selection indeed. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Alright, well, with those Requiem builds made, as well as the Reforge, I think I'll be closing down the stream for now. I'll definitely catch you on Requiem, Reforge, and any other projects I have out doing this week, indeed. Are you going to do the Giga Vesper with only actual Vesper parts? So, Shattered, the guy, or the lad who's been helping me with all the tests, the PvP tests, and all the Requiem, or most of the Requiem and Reforged videos, he will be creating the ultimate Vesper using the original parts of all the Vespers. I'll be creating the ultimate Vesper using all the upgraded parts, much like we did for the red guns. And then we'll do a final PvP test to close off the Vesper chapter of Reforged. Then I'll make a post asking which corporation we'll take a look at next. Indeed. And once we're done with all the corporations and all the dudes, we'll go ahead and take a look back and do some lore accurate upgrades of some of the most popular presets. I imagine Rusty will be there. Some of the red guns, Wasu, Snail, Freud, Michigan, all that good stuff. Your vote is rad? Yeah, I think RAD would be pretty cool. RAD or the Liberation Front. Those would be the two that are up for vote. I think those would be pretty dope. Hell yeah, mate. Alright. I'll catch y'all later. Appreciate y'all for coming out. And I'll catch y'all later. Yeah, again. Catch you on Requiem, Reforged, all that good stuff within the following week. Also starting up some new projects, all that cool stuff. I'll see y'all there. Have a good one. Appreciate y'all. Pieces.